we begin with that bombshell from the jury in a South Carolina courtroom. The trial of former police officer Michael Slager in the fatal shooting of Walter Scott. Scott running off after being pulled over for a broken taillight. Slager chasing after him, then firing 8 times. Walter Scott was not armed. Officer Slager saying he fired until the threat was over. Just a short time ago, the jury revealing it is deadlocked. One of the jurors saying, "I cannot, without reasonable doubt, convict the defendant." How did the judge respond? He sent them back. ABC's Steve Osunsami is in Charleston tonight.
There was drama in the jury room, and at one point tonight it was looking very possible that this former police officer, seen on cell phone video shooting a black man in the back, would be going home to the welcome arms of his family. Michael Slager needed only one member of the nearly all-white jury to see his side, to agree that he fired those 8 bullets because he was afraid, even though his victim had already run nearly 18 feet away. The judge read a letter from one lone juror explaining how he couldn't convict on either charge.
I cannot, with good conscience, consider a guilty verdict. At the same time, my heart does not want to have to tell the Scott family that the man that killed their son, brother, and father is innocent.
Of the 6 white men, 5 white women, and the 1 black juror who was the foreman, it was very clear that a white juror in his 40s was a holdout, shaking his head no when the judge asked if they needed to hear back testimony from the young man who recorded the disturbing video. Appeals from Slager's attorney worked. In closing arguments, he told jurors they need to think blue and not white or black, and send what he feels is a message of support to police across America.
Don't let that happen.
Jurors sent back a handful of questions during deliberations. They wanted to know the difference between fear and passion, a sign they were debating not the murder charge, but the lesser charge of voluntary manslaughter.
Steve Osunsami with us live tonight. And Steve, those jurors with another request for the judge just moments ago?
Yes, David, the jurors have had enough for the night. They wrote to the judge saying they'd like to go home for the weekend, and they'll start again first thing Monday morning. This has also been especially tough on the 2 families in this case. The Walter Scott family, the mother of Walter Scott, sat in tears today. David.
Steve Osunsami with us tonight. Steve, thank you. ABC's chief legal analyst Dan Abrams is here. And Dan, you heard that late today. One juror has already said he cannot, without reasonable doubt, convict. So why would the judge send them back?
Because it's the judge's job to do whatever he can to try to have them reach a verdict. And sometimes that means sending them back more than once, reminding them, please listen to each other, talk, hear each other out. It happens in a lot of cases. And in some cases, the jurors will come back and say, Your Honor, we are hung. We simply cannot reach a verdict. But in others, and I've seen this happen, the jurors who insisted they couldn't reach a verdict come back and say, Your Honor, we've reached a verdict.
They've changed their mind.
We'll have to see.
Dan, thank you.